I was not expecting the trailer for Project R.E.D. Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity to be coming out anytime soon. By the way, this is a very cool logo. They had another logo with the infinity symbol on it. I don't know why. This logo seems sufficient. It's really cool. I think it's really nice. I love the high contrast, like the very simple, bold logo design that they're doing here for Records of Extraordinary Dimensions. And I'm very curious as to see what exactly the show is going to be. I was not expecting 3 space sheriffs in this. I don't know if the other 2 are going to be considered space sheriffs or not, because they have very similar designs to Gavan Infinity, but they're different colors and they're not red. I thought we were only going to have a red hero. So there's a lot of surprises going on in this trailer, and I am curious to see what you think about it and how you feel about the show. Are you more interested in it now? Or are you less interested in it now? Because I'm definitely more interested in it now, and I feel like I definitely want to watch it. I was trying to get myself down to just watching one show at a time and talking about it, because I have other projects I'm working on, my writing and other things in life, but I might be compelled to watch this, so we'll have to see. But I want to talk about the big reveals of these suits. So here's Gavan Infinity, which, by the way, his name is Gavan. The man's name, Kenji Oba plays a character whose name is Gavan, and he's Space Sheriff Gavan. Like you would be Space Sheriff, Barney Fife, or whatever. And then there's Scheider, Space Sheriff Scheider, and Space Sheriff Sherivan later on, who I don't know if those are their names or those are titles or what, but that's just a little aside. That's kind of strange. So is he going to be a Gavan, and he's going to be a Gavan, and maybe she's going to be a Gavan? That doesn't make any sense. Like that should not be how it goes. But anyway, the big surprise is that we have these other 2 characters, and some people are thinking that this gold space sheriff, I'm going to stand firmly on that, just like they're Henshin heroes, not Toku heroes. This Henshin character, this Henshin design for this gold person, this gold space sheriff, if they are in fact a space sheriff, maybe they're a space marshal, I don't know. Could be feminine, could be female. To me, it looks a little bit mystical, and I wonder if that could be true, if they're going to have mystic powers, if they're going to be using a lot of special effects stuff. I don't know. Over here, she does not seem to have any weapons with her. Maybe I think she's looking away from us, and we see the back of her, and I think that's a feminine form. Could be on her left, near her left hand, there's kind of something sticking up. That could be a sword or a blade or some sort of weapon, or it could just be like a striation of light. We don't really know. I don't know. I think this zoomed in. I don't think this was like a moving picture. I know I have a still of it here, but I don't remember if this part was moving or if it was still and they just zoomed or panned or something. I think the clouds were moving. I don't know, whatever. But so that's pretty interesting. Like, it's a very interesting design. They also seem to have, like, they all share this collar, which I like. And she's got like this Green Ranger shield type of thing going on here. And he kind of has this open coat type thing. And then he has more of like a harness, or it's similar to the shield, but it's more like a harness, like the original Gavan suit had. So I find that interesting, or it's armor pieces. And again, she's pretty interesting. She has no weapons here. The reason I point that out is because he obviously has a sword. The silver space sheriff type character has a sword, and I find that curious. He also has, I said that she might be mystical based on the fact that her shield thing has these details on it, which this is, I don't know, is that a magic circle? It's asymmetrical, but it could be like technological patterns. There was some text that was displayed and it had kind of a funky look to it. Could be matched to this. I don't know if this is supposed to say anything or not, but it feels mystical. It feels mystical. And the fact that she's gold is kind of mystical. I don't know. It could be. This guy definitely has more technological looking symbology on him. Also, he has these vents in his griddle or in his chest, in his armor, which feels a little techier, like it's more mechanical or something like that. We don't know for sure, but that's the vibe I'm getting. I also find it curious that he's got like black undersuit, black inner suit, and then the actual armor is here on the side of his arm, and she has something similar. There's black here under the suit, and then you can see like the outside of her arm has armor on it, but the inside doesn't. So I guess that would be more flexible. It's a little bit of a different design from like a Kamen Rider or a Super Sentai, what they would have. And I find that curious also in the neck region. It's, fabric or, soft suit type stuff for maximum flexibility. I would assume it's similar to the original Gavan design. And then he's similar. In the neck region, it's soft. And then he's got more armor plating on his shoulders. But he's got shoulder caps. She's got her shoulders completely covered. But then you can also see on normal Gavan, it's a little bit difficult to see. again, in these wider shots, you can see she's got black undersuit, and then the exterior halves of her arms, like out here, has armor. And the same thing it looks like for Silver. Over here, he's got a similar design with that kind of tech pattern. And then for Gavan Infinity himself, it looks like the undersuit again, the insides of it are black, and then fabric, and then we've got armor on the exterior parts of it. So yeah, that's what we're getting. We're getting from this these looks at the characters, and she's gold, he's silver with blue, maybe, and then Gavan Infinity is red. And I just wonder, so look, again, you have these kind of techie type symbols, but it's a little hard to tell what exactly they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to mean for him. Are those just cool design elements or not? I don't really know, but I don't know. I like the look of this so far. It looks really cool. It looks really neat. And I'm curious to see what actually the story is going to be. And I'm shocked by the fact that we're having 3 characters at once when it was supposed to be Project R.E.D, and we thought, or it seemed like we would just have one hero. But this definitely makes it, unlike Kamen Rider. But if those two will be antagonists, if they'll be allies, we don't know. And there's this idea of who is the true hero. That's really fascinating to me. And I wonder, are they going to be fighting each other? Are they all going to be fighting the same enemy? Are they all going to be trying to, defeat that enemy, or like save something or someone, the world probably. But like, what is that? What is that? And why is there this idea of who is the true hero? Like, why would that tension be put in there? That's very unlike Sentai, where they're all a team working together against a common enemy. Maybe these guys are all individuals working together against the same enemy. And I don't know, that could be interesting. Like, is there a reason for one of them to be the hero as opposed to letting the other two be the hero? Or is there a reason why they would be like vying for that position, or are they not vying for that position? And it's more about, like, from a marketing perspective, like, who's your hero in this show? Is it Gavan Infinity, who's the eponymous hero, or is it this silver dude, or this golden girl? So yeah, I find it to be really interesting. The little design insights that we're getting are neat. I don't know what to interpret from them, but I think they raise a lot of questions, and I'm very curious how it's going to turn out. And I wonder what you think about all of this, if you're hyped for the show now, or if you're turned off, if you think you're just going to skip out on it, or what you're going to do. Please, feel free to comment to me and let's talk about it. Do you think she could be mystical? Look at that suit. That feels like it could be mystical. Mystical armor. And he feels techie, and he feels gunny. So I don't know. It's interesting too, because like they're definitely giving them like distinct identities. They have distinct colors, and now he's got a gun, he's got a sword, and then she's got nothing. So like, what does that mean, and what does that imply? And what will the enemies look like? If this is what the hero type characters look like, I wonder what the enemies will look like. I'm really curious to see that. I'm also curious to see how they'll use Maku space. And it looks like, I don't have it here with me, but some of the stuff definitely looked like it was shot on like a volume type thing. And I was thinking a volume type setup would be perfect for doing Maku space. You could just have these worlds created and have them fight in them, and have them fight a monster in there. That could be really cool. So anyway, we'll see what happens with the show. I hope we get another teaser or another trailer soon. And I'm looking forward to learning more about this show as it goes on. I'm going to create a Project R.E.D playlist, which I'll have linked in the description in the pinned comment for you to see. And you can see all my developing conversations about this show, or analysis of the little bits that we've gotten about this show as it has gone on, because it's pretty interesting to see this happening in real time. And anyway, again, check out those. Check out my other reviews. I'm covering Omega Weekly, the dub specifically. I'm covering Zet's Weekly as well. I also have shorts that come out in and around those as well, with a reaction and like more thoughts afterwards, because I don't get to cover everything in the short amount of time that I like to record my videos in. So anyway, check that out and let me know what you think about Gavan. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff to help me grow this channel and keep making more of this great Henshin Hero content. Speaking of which, I'm working on a Henshin Hero book series, but I have another book series that I'm working on first. So I've got Henshin Hero book series notes done, but I got to work on my current project first before I jump into this. But anyway, I hope you look forward to that. I look forward to releasing it and getting it out to people, because I think it's going to be cool. And I think we're in a very exciting time for Henshin Heroes. And I'm very excited about this. I'm very optimistic for what's coming in the future. And I hope to stick around for a while, and I hope you stick around with me and take this journey. So until next time, folks, this is MJ with Henshin Inspection, signing out.